Good morning. It's 8:30 a.m. on January 9th, 2014. We're in the stairwell of our apartment now. Here's Juliana, bundled up to go out. Sorry about the shaky camera handling, but I want to take you to school with me and show you around.
We're on our way to school.
Yeah. The temperature is well below freezing. We've given up on keeping a track of the exact numbers.
Cold this morning.
It's just cold. And smoggy. Through the night, people have been burning coal to stay warm out in the gear chambers.
What are you doing, Oma?
But there are many other kinds of buildings here in Mongolia's capital city besides gears. The kids and I are at the bus stop. Andrew is petting a stray dog. We often save scraps for the starving mama dogs since there are so many. The bus stop is about a quarter of a mile from our apartment.
Yeah, let's get on. Come on.
Electric buses are cheaper, but when it's cold and we don't want to wait, we just ride a regular bus, like this one, which costs about $1 total for all of us. The ride is less than 5 minutes. We get off and walk some more.
Yeah, I'm ready to
We're stopping by a small store to buy some juice. Mongolia does not use coins, only bills, so I get a lot of change.
Bekle. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
In the winter, this store keeps a heavy blanket in front of the door to keep the heat in.
There's a dog there.
Some more walking. Almost there. We try not to slip on the frozen stuff. For some reason, this sidewalk has a lot of it. We took the bus, but Jay had walked, so he catches up with us just as we get to MIU. He's so fast, I had to put this video in slow motion. This is the main building of Mongolia International University. There are 2 other buildings behind this one. Juliana seems anxious to get inside, but Jay poses for a quick picture in front of MIU. Officially, it's break time, and school will not start until February 17th. But Appa, or Jay, is teaching an intensive course about world history, and we're joining in.
So, because Titan A1.
Brian is particularly interested in ancient cultures, especially ancient Greece. He wants to be an engineer like Archimedes. And like Jay. Jay is an industrial engineer and a former NASA employee. Not really the history teaching type you'd expect, but God sent us to Mongolia to share the gospel and teach anything that was needed. English, math, physics, computer, and even gym class. Teaching history gets the students thinking about topics such as geography, religion, and leadership, and the consequences of them all.
Мэдээж залуу хүний хувьд бол Монголын хоёр гэдэг маш сайн санаа төсөөлж байгаа.
Сайхан үе маань одоо өсөж дэвшиж гарч ирж байна шүү дээ. Тэдгээр л авч яваа.
Яг миний бодлоор хөл бөмбөгийн тэмцээн болоосаа гэж хэлдэг.
Welcome to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, a cosmopolitan city with as much contrast as there is cold. UB, as the locals like to call it, is the coldest capital city in the world. With 6 months of winter and temperatures dipping down into the negative 40 degrees Celsius range, 1.5 million people stay warm and busy in this advancing city. And since Mongolia is landlocked, it's very dry, so you don't really feel that cold. as Mongolians from the countryside have immigrated to UB to find jobs for themselves and schooling for their children. Two starkly different living situations have emerged, that of nomadic Mongolians living in gears and that of modern Mongolians living in apartments or houses. Since the establishment of a democratic government in 1994, Mongolia has experienced an explosion in its commercial sector and imports. Many entrepreneurs inside and outside of Mongolia have established tech companies and have continued to seek ways to develop Mongolia's vast natural resources. Governmental reforms and economic success has strongly influenced the educational system in Mongolia as well. More Mongolians than ever are seeking higher education and searching for truth. Many non-profit and religious groups have come in to fill this need, and Mongolians generally have a positive view of the role and influence of international volunteers. Many such committed volunteers can be found at Mongolia International University, and the fields are ripe for the harvest. The concept is simple. Individuals holding a master's degree or higher share their academic knowledge with international students from all over the world. Outside of class, professors can choose to lead Bible studies, discipleship groups, or mission trips. Some people have the misconception that MIU is a Christian university. It's actually a secular university with committed Christians volunteering and giving of their time to develop lifelong relationships with bright students who are receptive and respectful of their teachers. Sometimes it feels like a race against time to capture the hearts and minds of future international leaders, as well-financed cults, Muslims, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, and other groups crop up all around the country. When Mongolia first opened up 20 years ago, it was a power struggle. Which god was stronger? Which god could feed your family? Now it's a struggle of truth. Which god is true? Which god is real? And whose religion is teaching the right thing? Mongolia International University was established in 2002 to address these questions. It was established by Korean missionaries who valued education and had a passion for the gospel. We believe that this model works very well, yielding great fruit and raising up leaders who will make disciples of all nations. In fact, many non-Westerners like Mongolians are able to get visas into restricted access countries where Americans or Koreans are not able to go. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him." God is seeking those embracing a life of faith and dependence on him. He beckons those disillusioned with the status quo and dreaming with God about what could be. And he looks for those using time, money, gifts, abilities, and influence to advance his kingdom. This search is a priority of the Spirit as he partners with the body of Christ in fulfilling the Great Commission. Won't you consider joining us in prayer, serving, giving, and going to Mongolia International University? You can use the email listed below on the screen to send us any questions you might have. We can help you learn how to join a mission agency or give to one who supports these very unique and fruitful outreach efforts. We hope to hear from you soon.